emotions. When we were young, we didn't have words for all of our emotions. And emotions were experienced as energy. Even when we grow up, emotions are energetic, and we still may not have words for how we feel. In fact, the energy of emotions is what often drives behaviors. And if we consider that energy not okay or scary, like anger or fear or guilt, it can be forced underground psychologically. That's an emotional protection called suppression. While suppression makes strong emotions less energetic and threatening, it actually ends up compounding the pain. Because suppressed emotion plus suppressed emotion equals emotional volcano in the making. And emotional explosions can do a lot of emotional damage, leading to more emotional pain. Emotional pain can feel like an out-of-control experience that often leads people to control what they can. Sometimes attempts to control becomes an over-control of themselves, or sometimes it's an over-control of the ones they love. Either way, the attempts to control something while ignoring the emotions misses the real issue that needs addressing: the causes of the emotional pain. The energy of emotions can be scary. But there is a way to reduce the scariness of that emotional energy, keeping it from going underground, so that the healing process can begin. You've heard the old adage, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, the ounce of prevention with emotions is to acknowledge the emotions as soon as they occur. Then explore and communicate those emotions. Easier said than done, huh? Probably because emotions are a bit like Jello, slippery and undefined when the heat is on. And like Jello, emotions pretty much take on the shape of their container. In this analogy, our life events. But if the container is shook up before it chills, emotions tend to get messy, like Jello spilled out on the floor. Finding a container for messy emotions is basically putting words to our emotions. But if we don't use that ounce of prevention, acknowledging our emotions quickly, we'll get a pound of pain. Emotional pain is not fun, and a typical response is to protect ourselves. Sometimes that protection shows up in the form of emotional armor. But emotional armor, while it may shield us from pain, does just the opposite of what we want. It also shields us from healing. Healing comes in the releasing of our emotional armor. But releasing our emotional armor is often more difficult than it sounds. One way to begin releasing the armor that protects us is to make connections with other people. Connections through talking about our emotional pain, like with trusted friends and professionals. Even connections through healthy conversations with those who actually hurt us. Because talking about our emotional pain, while making a connection with other people, is the key to releasing our emotional armor. And that will help us heal by making the ultimate connection between our heart and our head. In other words, we find healing when we finally put words to the emotions we are having and sort out where they came from. We can begin to identify healthy responses and unhealthy responses. And we can begin to sort out healthy thoughts and beliefs versus unhealthy thoughts and beliefs. If we don't, unhealthy expression of emotions like fire can cause a lot of destruction in relationships with just a little bit of fuel.